and welcome to this edition of Mike Said It First. I'm your host, Michael Carbelis, live in Guyton, Georgia. It is Monday, June 23rd, 2025. Now, as you know, every Monday I've come on the show, I've dabbled in some lacrosse, but not all lacrosse because obviously Daily Dive is out of season. Well, on today's show, in segment two, I will talk about the news that the Rochester Knighthawks announced couple hours ago. It is unfortunate what has transpired, and it is something that I reported could have happened back in March. So we will talk about that. We're going to start off the show wondering if the Oklahoma City Thunder's title this season has an asterisk because, fans are incredible. Tyrese Halliburton's injury and Skip Bayless tweets. Remember the ones about DeMar Hamlin? Well, people try to act like his ones from last night were similar. Kevin Durant to the Rockets. Another edition of Mike's World. So, let's start off by letting you know that you can get sporting event tickets for less by going to 12ouncesports.com/tickets or go to 12ouncesports.com and click the tickets tab. There you can search for your favorite sporting events. And unfortunately, those will not most likely include the Rochester Knighthawks this season. But again, we're going to talk about that a little later. By 12ozsports.com/tickets. Let's first talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder, who, because fans they don't like champions lately, I've noticed. Fans think there should be an asterisk, or at least a lot of fans think there should be an asterisk next to this Thunder championship. Now, if you don't know, on Sunday night, and of course this is now Monday at 4:03, on Sunday nights, in the first quarter of Game 7, Tyrese Halliburton, after making 3 threes to start the game, slips on the same spot in Game 5 where he strained his calf. In Game 7 last night, he tore his Achilles. You could see it pop in slow motion. ESPN, side note, loves showing that. And I get, showing injuries. I get, making it a story. But man, oh man, they would not stop showing that. And I don't understand. At what point is it too much? This thought I let that get up there. But I just thought it was interesting that the ESPN crew, as bad as their broadcasts have been, I do like Mike Breen, Doris Burke, and Richard Jefferson, but I did not like the way they kept showing that injury. That being said, that injury became now part of the story, which was this Thunder ring is not legitimate. This team is overrated. Wow. Can we stop being haters? I know I get criticized for being a hater. I'm one of the ones who doesn't like when something is hyped up too much. The Oklahoma City Thunder have now been hated on for the entire playoffs and most of the end of the regular season, and I'm honestly just done with it. Like, there was this graphic that came up from this moron on Twitter. All these people are like 20 years old or less, so it's kind of hard calling them morons knowing they're just immature people anyways. But like, it was showing like their path to the finals. How Steph Curry had an injury. And I remember Steph Curry being like, I don't remember anything about like Steph Curry getting injured like that. They also had a photo of Aaron Gordon. Listen, Aaron Gordon, good story. Glad he's bounced back since being a number 3 pick. Come on, man. Just stop it. Aaron Gordon won the Nuggets a game. Game 7, Aaron Gordon was not going to save you. So just stop that. And then they talk about like the Jason Tatum injury, Tyrese Halliburton. Dude, Tyrese Halliburton for 4 or 5 games was awful. Halliburton was not good for at least 4 of these games. And I get it. Game 6, he played better. Game 7, he was started off well. But I do not for 1 second believe that Tyrese Halliburton being healthy for the entire Game 7 was going to mean Pacers are going to win that game. Because Thunder were suffocating once again on defense. They had locked in on defense. They were hitting their threes. This notion that Tyrese Halliburton was going to change that is just false. And people don't watch the games. This also stems, this little asterisk idea, this narrative, that this team was a bunch of floppers. I'm like, listen, Lou Dort had an egregious flop early in that, like late in that, I guess, second half or third quarter, fourth quarter. I forgot which one it was. I think it was like the third quarter when Thunder were trying to make a run. The Thunder had all the momentum, and Lou Dort flopped on the floor like a fish when the Pacers were trying to bring the ball up. I get it. It's a dumb play. I did not like it. But that was like the one time I remember him doing that all night long. And I get it. It's frustrating, but he also plays amazing defense 95% of the game. Okay, I'll take the flop sometimes. I don't like it. I think any athlete who does that is just disrespecting the sport they play. But sure, I'll take one every game. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, unlike a lot of players who flop, always got back and rarely, if ever, complained. Like when SGA was getting fouled, there were times when he would be fouled. They wouldn't call it. He'd get back on defense and keep playing and never complained. So I don't like when fans, like, how did we grow to hate this team? Like, social media, again, has ruined sports. Because every single time, like for the last 10 years, a team has won a championship. Oh, the referees. Like, we got to stop doing that, man. I remember when Tom Brady was at the peak of his powers, whatever that means. And I'm not a Tom Brady fan. But blaming the referees for your team folding is not going to help anything. It's how you lose. That mindset is a loser mentality. And I get it, fans are not the teams, but these fans are so loud and so proud and so stupid and ignorant. Sometimes the coaches and players buy into that stuff, and I hate it. Guys, I don't think there's a referee problem in sports. I think a lot of it is fans who are just haters. If you watch these games, I'm not feeling like these games are out of hand because of referees. And last night, listen, Andrew Romanella, Coach Rome, comes on this station, 12-Hour Sports, every Monday through Friday. And he likes to talk about the referees. Last night in the NBA Finals, the Lou Dort playing after that, you're insane. There was nothing. I love the fact that Scott Foster did not even ref this game, and we still have people out there, not just Romanella, but we got people out there that are just complaining about the refs. Dude, when does it stop? Like, if you foul a guy, or if SGA is getting fouled, I don't care how he's doing it. He's getting fouled. Deal with it. Like, social media will post these cropped clips. We've enabled these content creators to just paint narratives because all it does is make you click. They don't give a dang about what's going on in the actual game. As long as you're commenting and you're hating the NBA, these guys are getting their money. And you're falling for it like a bunch of bums. Like, we got to stop giving these people clout. Again, how do we grow to hate this team? The Thunder, and this is the last point I'll make, were the second youngest team to make it to the finals. They won it fair and square. Tyrese Halliburton's injury, I'm not sure he was going to lead this team back. I'm not sure. And he started Game 7 well, but come on, man. He had at least 4 or 5 games where he was not very good. And I'm not going to let people do that. So in the Thunder, who are a young team who played really good defense, who played team ball, who have a very humble team leader in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, how do we How do we grow to hate this team? It's unfortunate because they were so good. They were fun to watch. OKC's fan base was incredible. And yet, social media tells you they shouldn't have won it. It's just sad because it overshadows what was a great thing that happened. Sam Presti, the GM, the architect that he is, got it done. A great playoffs. And all we hear about is referees, man. I don't like that. It ruins sports for me. Like it's not the older guys. It's my current and younger generation just won't shut up, man. Like you guys are not athletes. Let the athletes lose and win. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. But I'm not about to sit there. I found myself rooting for both teams, and like sometimes one over the other. But like I never felt like Thunder. Just this is just bias. What? Why? We gotta stop, man. And a lot of you who are losing bets are also the ones who are loud and proud. Dude, if you lose bets, that's on you, man. Like you're lucky. What was it? Prize Picks was like, oh, Halliburton will be refunded. Bro, part of the game and part of gambling is if a guy gets hurt, you're screwed. You made the bet, not Prize Picks. You're lucky they do that for people. But you got to stop with the complaining, man. It's stupid. Thunder, good on you guys for being awesome all year. I love the SGA passed around the finals MVP at the end. That was awesome. I just wish there wasn't a shadow on modern day sports because of referees. Like, just shut up. Alrighty, Tyrese Halliburton's injury and Skip Bayless. Long story short here, Skip Bayless, remember that DeMar Hamlin thing with the Buffalo Bills? Remember when he almost died on the field, which I guess was kind of true. And then like Skip Bayless, like in the moments, was saying this is horrible. And like 3 tweets later, he says, oh, well, how are they just going to stop this game? And he was right. Like, again, to go back to that moment, he was right. That game should not have been stopped. Okay? Maybe I get both coaches, sure, fine. But we don't stop games for injuries, man. Like, it was a freak accident. And you want to stop it, sure. But Skip Bayless brought up a great point. These are gladiators, man. Like, sometimes that stuff happens. Not often. And maybe it isn't. Maybe I get it. I get that they continued the game. And I get that maybe the players wanted that. But, like, it's not wrong to ask why are they going to do it? Because it doesn't ever happen. Like, the Pacers and Thunder were heartbroken, but they kept playing after Halliburton's injury. DeMar Hamlin, I get it, his was a little bit more serious, but it's like, again, it's sports, man. It happens. So Skip Bayless, of course, like he, and not just Skip Bayless, a lot of media members were wondering after Halliburton played so well in Game 6, Game 7 he started so well, most people in real time that I watched were like, man, like, is he actually hurt? Was this just the Pacers trying to play a hand? It's a natural thing to ask. Because I do think athletes will try to sell injuries. It does not help with the flopping culture in sports right now. But Skip Bayless then, of course, goes on Twitter and was saying it pretty loud. And then fans were like, oh, this idiot said it again. Guys, I'll say it again. Just because you hate Skip Bayless because you don't like his takes does not mean he's an evil person. Again, with the DeMar Hamlin thing, I'll say it again. This guy had tweeted 3 or 4 times before that tweet that got famous or infamous. He was like, this is horrible. I can't believe this just happened. So then last night, he's tweeting what every other media member is wondering. It's like, oh, he's evil. He's a jerk. No, he's not. No, he's not. I just thought I'd touch on that because, fans love to hate Skip Bayless until they realize he's not that bad of a dude. I don't think Skip is some evil, like, sometimes does he do clickbait? Yeah. But do I think he actually means harm? Like, or of course he cares, man. Stop that. It's popular hate, though. MJG79, before we get to our first commercial break here, he says, was there rumors of Rochester being dropped? I will get to that in a segment or two. Players and fans blame refs for everything. I hate hearing that on the bench. I've looked at our under 17s and challenged them to sign up to refs. I like that. I do like that. Tell them to referee and see how they like it whenever people are like, oh, you suck. Like, really? Because I'm doing the rules, so I like that. Also, God, imagine if every sport got like soccer. The sad thing is the athletes are doing it like the athletes are not helping these referees. And then the fans, when a call is made because of flopping, oh, the referee, like, dude, blame the guy who flopped on the floor. Like, and again, I do think fans are like, it's like a coping mechanism just to blame referees. I think that is part of it. But also, like I said, we also have to blame the athletes for just flat out. That's why, even in lacrosse, because lacrosse, you hear about the medicine game and the creators game and this, that, and the third. And then it's like, you got guys flopping like in Buffalo, they will flop a little bit. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They flop. And like there was literally like a thing last year, the NLL, like NLL Wired, when they were like, well, the Bandits were telling the player, oh, sell the injury. Sell the injury? Like, come on. Like, we can't be doing that. If you're going to respect this game and respect the creator, don't do stuff like that. The same thing for basketball. It's like, it's ruining sports. And I don't think social media helps it. I don't think losers help it. And I obviously don't think athletes are doing us any favors either. All right, when we come back, let's talk about Kevin Durant to the Rockets. And then, of course, coming soon, Rochester Knighthawks. That should be a very fun topic. Not. We'll be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
See how that works? Okay, whatever. I'm good. I'm back. That was actually a pretty impressive one I just did. All right, we're just going to do Kevin Durant to the Rockets. I messed up that commercial break badly. If you're watching Mike Sit at first, go to 12ouncesports.com. Click the tickets tab. Boy, I'm dumb. All right. So Kevin Durant got traded to the Houston Rockets. This happened actually probably like a few hours before Game 7, and that was an interesting thing. Rockets traded Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the number 10 pick, and 5 second rounders. I wonder if you package 5 second rounders for like a first round pick. That's interesting. So now they had Fred VanVleet. I think he's going to still be there. Amin Thompson, and I cannot stress this enough. Amin Thompson has got amazing potential. Like that dude, his highlight reel from this year alone looks like he's going to be a superstar. And I don't know why, but he had there's a 20-minute video. I'm like, this guy is insane. But yeah, Amin Thompson's going to be there. Kevin Durant, Alperen Sengun. They've also got some other guys like Whitmore and Tari Easton, who I don't really care for, but they've got a lot of young cats on that team. Coach Ime Udoka, who I believe is signing an extension. So Kevin, what's some of the Rockets side of this? And we're going to talk about the Phoenix Suns. I think Rockets, they're obviously trying to win now. I also find it very intriguing when Kevin Durant goes on Twitter and brags about not caring about rings. Like, I don't understand how a guy can be wanting to go to these good teams and then get on social media and basically lie, saying he doesn't care about championships. Because I think we all know Kevin Durant cares about championships. And again, looking at his Twitter, you wouldn't believe that. But I do think the Thunder are a very well-coached team, obviously, with Ime Udoka, who also loves assistants if they're single. But no, he's a really awesome coach. Good defensive coach. Kevin Durant is very capable of playing good defense at times. Fred VanVleet, if he stays there, I'm not sure what his contract is, but I believe he's still stuck there. Fred VanVleet should be fine. He makes big shots. He's a good playoff performer. Kevin Durant obviously brings playoff experience. I love the fact that Jalen Green is off this team. I like Jalen Green, but he was one of, I believe, the first player to be drafted super high from the G League. Or I think he may have been remember right before the NIL stuff came through the pipes. Jalen Green joined the G League Ignite to try to get paid. I feel like a year or two later, the NIL came around. I was like, well, this guy got screwed. But he ended up being the number 2 pick in the draft, if I'm not mistaken. He's an undersized guard who can get up and he's a hot and cold shooter. He's an athletic freak, but again, he's 6'2", if that. So Jalen Green, that was a good job moving off of him. Suns, I do like that they have Jalen Green and Devin Booker. I do wonder if Phoenix sometime is going to get rid of Devin Booker, because that's an interesting one. Devin Booker has been there for ages now in Phoenix, and I don't know what the end game is. Again, Jalen Green and Devin Booker in hypothetical stuff is a really fun backcourt, but I'm just not sure if it's going to be even close to making it in the playoffs. Forget winning it all. Can Phoenix even make it to the playoffs? That's an honest question I have. I don't know if Devin Booker, is your number 1, is going to be a championship player. So we'll see. For Houston, like I said, they're really good. And they did not lose a lot of depth. Like I said, Jalen Green, you can get rid of him. It's fine. Dylan Brooks, adios. If you're not going to be a three-point shooter, you're just going to be a goon. Peace. And that should be an easy trade away. And number 10 pick, sure, have fun, Phoenix. I think Houston got a really good deal for Kevin Durant, who's still going to average at least 20, probably 25 again. A guy who's going to have key blocks. And will he miss some of the season? Maybe. That is a concern for me. Kevin Durant's health. I'm just wondering, is it I thought I just saw a bug. Anyways, what is on whatever. But Kevin Durant, is only going to help this team. He's a floor spacer, doesn't dominate the ball. You can let Şengün work. You can let VanVleet do his thing. You can let Amen Thompson explode next year. I think if Amen Thompson takes the step that I think he can and will, I think Rockets will be right there in the end. The West is stacked. You got the East, who's going to be without Lillard, without Tatum, without Halliburton. That's a big deal. But we'll see how it goes. Again, it's a good trade. I would have liked to see Kevin Durant in Miami, obviously as a Heat fan, or even San Antonio. But I think him being with the Houston Rockets is not a bad thing. Of the 3 options, I was just come on, man. They're a young team. Rockets only giving up Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks is a cool thing. It's kind of like they won this trade, but it's, I don't know. I just hope Phoenix hits on that number 10 pick, because I don't think Jalen Green or Devin Booker is the answer. I've never been a Devin Booker guy. I think Jalen Green, like I said, is an undersized freak athlete who's probably 5 more years, might not even be in the league. And I'm serious about undersized guys who are like that. There's only so much you can do with them. So we'll see. Houston won the trade. And I think they are a contender. It's pending Amen Thompson taking another leap. All righty. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Rochester Knighthawks and how we got here. It's not going to be fun. But they're probably done.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
All right, so we're back here on Mike Said It First. Of course, I'm just very excited for this. So, reminder to go to 12ouncesports.com/tickets to get all your tickets needs. So that should be fun. I'm getting cheaper prices, man. 12ozsports.com. Click the tickets tab. You're watching Mike Said It First every Monday, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Brief recap of the PLL week number 4 in Baltimore, so home of the Whip Snakes, I guess. Atlas beat the Water Dogs 17-9. Cannons beat the Whip Snakes 13-12 as our -149 bet, -154 bet cashed in. You can check out the betting tracker sheets via the link on MSIF_TV. Sunday on ABC, Outlaws beat the Archers 13-10. Rob Gronkowski tweeted out Brandon O'Neill after Brandon O'Neill said he models his game after Gronk. Take that how you will. Good news for the NLL there. And then, of course, the Whip Snakes did avenge their loss against the Cannons by beating the Chaos 20-6. Carolina is awful. Whip Snakes now have a +12 goal differential, so despite being 2-3 in 7th place, if they rattle off some wins, they could be in first place pretty soon. But right now, the standings are Cannons number 1 at 3-1, Redwoods, Atlas, Outlaws, Archers, Water Dogs, Whip Snakes, and then Chaos, who are just atrocious. But we knew that, losing Andy Towers and the NLL guys. Okay, now let's get to this. As you guys know, myself and the Rochester Knighthawks reporting has been up and down. People who don't even follow me, but sure as heck know to keep track of what I say, will like to call me out for things that I get wrong, or should I say word wrong. There is a time where I was led to believe Rochester was going to Grand Rapids. That didn't happen. Good for me. That was like 2 years ago now. Last year in October, maybe? I forgot when it was. Maybe earlier than that. I was saying I was told that Rochester was sold to a local owner. And then in March, I said this. March 24th, 2025, at 1:39 p.m. Eastern. Rochester Knighthawks did not, capital letters, get sold to a local owner like I previously reported. According to multiple sources or people, the deal fell through during training camp. Rochester folding or being sold, relocated is very much on the table again. I will now retweet this to my personal account so you can see. I said that in March. I have been always led to believe since March this is most likely going to be a fold, not a sale. I really hope for the NLL's sake it is a sale and not a fold, because I don't want another dispersal draft, but it feels like that's what we're all leaning towards right now. The NLL did release this statement. Well, first of all, the statement from Chief Operating Officer, aka Mr. Pegula's spokespiece, like mouthpiece, Pete Gwelly for the Rochester Knighthawks. Someone in the comments was like, "Hey man, like this, I don't even know who you are. I don't like you now." So he said, as of June 30th, which is in 7 days, we will no longer operate the Rochester Knighthawks. We have been working closely with the National Lacrosse League. We will continue to assist the league as it pursues new ownership opportunities. We would like nothing more than to see professional lacrosse continue in Rochester, allegedly. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you to all of our fans for your support. Okay, whatever. So there you go. NLL released a statement, and good on them. Good on the PR stuff, Brett Fruit. So Brett Fruit said this. We thank the Pegula family for their immense contributions to the NLL and for helping uphold a proud lacrosse tradition in Rochester while strengthening league growth. As their organization steps away from operating the Rochester Knighthawks franchise, the NLL is actively engaging potential new ownership to ensure the long-term success of professional lacrosse in Rochester. And in this part, we're excited about the future of our league and confident that with the right partners, the Knighthawks organization will continue to thrive. I mean, okay. I like the fluff there. I don't believe it one bit. MGG79, I remember rumors a few months ago, but couldn't remember if it was Knighthawks or not. It was. I was leaving the Knighthawks and the Wings. I believe the Wings were staying for at least another year. As I reported on Daily Dive months ago, I did say, or a month or two ago, I said Joe Tsai is going to help out their bills this year. I'm also told that it's about $1.5 million a year to own a franchise, maybe more, based on TV deals, based on just league fees. And then, of course, it doesn't help when, again, we're going to go to this part, NLLstats.com. Just a quick access piece to the Rochester Knighthawks attendance this season, just so we can be clear here. If you think they're making money or not. This year, they averaged, and I'm trying to get the clear goes, 55,455 people a game. I mean, cool. Like, it's not good enough. Like, if your team in the NLL is getting 5,000 people, it's not good enough. I'm going to say, I've said this, this is like unrelated to the whole actual facts here, but I've said for a year or two on the show, Rochester does not scream to me sports city that if I'm a millionaire owner, I want to go to. It just doesn't. And I hate that has to be the case, but what other sport is in Rochester? Like, it's a smaller city. It's probably not a very wealthy city, and I could be wrong, but Rochester, to me, has never screamed sports teams should go here. It is unfortunate for their fans because the fans that are left from the Kurt Steyers ripping that franchise away and going to Halifax, even though they've done very well in Halifax, at least recently, I would just like to know, like, it's unfortunate for the loyal fans because there are some hardcore fans there. And there's some of the most vocal NLL fans are actually in Rochester. And they don't have a team. Again, I am led to believe this is not happening. And it'll be nice if a owner comes through. But we know the city of Rochester, unless you're a lacrosse fan, is a hard sell. Someone has told me the Rochester could be going somewhere. Listen, that would be nice. Like Detroit would be nice. These other places would be nice, but again, I don't see it. And I will predict this. I'm not. This is not sources. This is the way that I think it's going to happen. If Rochester is sold, I don't think they stay in Rochester. Like, I don't know how else to put that. Like, if I'm an owner, and again, the local owner thing was crazy to me in the first. That was always wild. Like, who the heck would have done that? Then they end up falling through in training camp like that. Thanks for nothing, guys. Like, if the owners are not going to come from Rochester. So, yeah. I hate it. I just hate it. We're going to be down to, what is that? 13 teams now. We were at 15 teams a couple years ago. Meanwhile, the Dallas Wings ownership, who recently owned Panther City, their team is like 1-12. Yeah, great. But they got Paige Beckers. Good for them. Good Lord. Oh, well, that's that. Again, Rochester Knighthawks, I'm led to believe they're likely going to fold. If they don't, I will be the first to say hallelujah. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to fold. I think we're going to have another dispersal draft. Good for the league, more parity, but I don't know. I don't think they say it's good for the league. I don't think it is. It is nice for the parity, guys. We got to bring in money here, okay? And I'm also going to say this: the PLL week number 4 was literally on TV on like ABC and ESPN2 and ESPN, and the NLL thought that getting a finals game, the third one, not just the first two, this is only the third one, they thought that was good enough to fix everything. So once again, we're behind ESPN Plus because Brett Frude refuses to embrace the digital, like the YouTube stuff. So we're not getting any viewers, and it's just going to continue to rot until people who actually know what they're doing go up there. Again, I never met Brett Frude. This is not a good look. It's a bad look. I'll leave it at that. Rochester's probably going to fold. All right. When we come back, let's do Mike's World, and we're going to wrap it up. You're watching Mike Said It First. How do the Rochester Knighthawks think? It's unfortunate, but I'm led to believe they're going to fold. We'll be right back. MSIF on 12OZ.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
Thanks for hanging out here on this Mike Said It First, June 23rd, 2025 on a Monday. Just another Mike Said It First Monday. Ooh, okay, you get it. It's fun, this show, every Monday at 4 o'clock during the summertime. We talk about the Thunder, Skip Bayless, Kevin Durant, the PLL, Rochester Knighthawks, because that's always fun. Have a great week, Rochester fans. Oh, Lordy. Now it's time for Mike's World. Also a reminder, you can get your tickets for less at 12onsports.com/tickets. That's 12ozsports.com. Click the tickets tab for the best prices in sports and concert tickets. Alrighty, today on Mike's World, the NBA draft is this Wednesday on ABC. I don't remember the NBA draft ever being on like linear coverage like that. Like I've seen on ESPN2 and ESPN before, but ESPN, how about ABC? Again, Wednesday, it's on ESPN2, but ABC and ESPN Wednesday, 8 o'clock Eastern, and then Thursday on ESPN at 8 o'clock is round 2. I don't know why like they're splitting it up this year, but I do like, because, NFL draft is always a big deal. So NBA, Adam Silver, good for him doing that. Just because I'm a Miami Heat fan, depending on future trades that we make, I would not mind a dynamic point guard. I don't feel like we've had that in a long time, if ever. Or a good small forward would be nice as well. I do think the league is if you have like an awesome small forward or even like a dynamic point guard, you're going to win a lot of games. And I've been on record saying I would rather trade Bam Adebayo than I would Tyler Hero if we are going to keep one or the other. Now that we're out of the Kevin Durant sweepstakes, I will definitely take a dynamic point guard or a small forward still. Like life depending on it, small forward number 1, but dynamic point guard if we were going to keep Tyler Hero would be my thing. I watched the NASCAR Cup Series at Pocono this past week, and Chase Briscoe, I've tweeted this out for a few years now. This guy's a star. He was really good managing his fuel at the end, held off 7-time Pocono winner, Denny Hamlin in the end. Our 2 bets, good Lord. William Byron was in the top 5 and then suddenly fell out and finished 27th. So our top 5 bet misses on that. And Alex Bowman, all he had to do was finish in the top 10. And like with 5 laps to go, Brad Keselowski passes him. Alex Bowman finishes 11th, so we got screwed. The bets are down to plus 1.79. That is the lowest they've been since we started tracking them about a few weeks ago. So let's hope the PLL does us well this weekend. I've already put on the bet sheet on Mike Said It First 2025 bets on the Google Sheets link in the link at MSIF_bets. Both week 5 PLL games give me the Cannons and the Chaos under 22.5. We're going to drop a half unit on that. And we're going to do Archer's money line against the Atlas also minus 115, also half a unit. So let's hope we get on the right track this weekend. Had a good run there. We're still positive, but we got to step it up. And lacrosse has been good to us. I believe the last time we won was last week when we had Cannon's money line against the Whip Snakes. So again, we're going to go with the Cannon's Chaos under 22.5. Chaos offense is awful. And Archer's money line against the Atlas. I think Archer's going to bounce back and get a game because they're a good team. Come on now. Alrighty. Thanks so much for watching the show. There is no Monday night quarterback tonight. I apologize for that, but we'll hopefully to get that going next week with El Jefe and the crew. Good stuff happening in 12 on Sports. Unfortunately, not a lot of good things happening in the National Lacrosse League. Wow, low blows for no reason. Thanks for watching this show. We'll see you next Monday. Have a great week, guys, and try to enjoy Rochester, fans, because unbelievable. Bye.